we are talking on this plan about APS, which is APS Four Corners Power Generation Plant. They have 5 plants, which is coal-fired units. 3 of them are being shut down. The older ones are being shut down. 2 of them are 170 megawatts. 1 of them is 220 megawatts. The 2 bigger plants, which are the newer ones, they will maintain and it will still be operational. They're all in one yard. So basically, for APS to do a traditional shutdown is difficult. APS is also retaining all the employees. There is a no layoff policy based on the fact with Navajo tribe they are doing the lease extension and so on, and they have agreed to have no layoff. So APS is going to here utilize the 100 employees to decommission the power plant basically. Normally everybody who shuts down a power plant, they put it out for bidding. The contractor comes in, they bid for asset recovery and actually all the scrap recovery. They clean up contamination and everything else and make the place green again. In this one it's different. So here's the APS. Their plan is to maximize market value of assets, and they need to know the recovery methods. Obviously there's a lot of gaps here. Asset recovery situation is difficult. APS is not an asset recovery company, they are a power generation company. So in turn they're looking for a prime contractor. The prime contractor needs to come up with the detailed work plans on how they're gonna decommission this plant. So in a nutshell, we are looking for high value items, which is asset recovery, which is basically all the equipment which still has value and is sellable. Obviously the highest ticket item is the final item, which is the generator, and then all the associated equipment with it, which is valves and so on. We're going to look at how our power generation system works in a coal-fired power plant, and this is basically how it works. Here's the river. They normally are situated near a river because a lot of water is needed for the steam turbine generators and so on. But in this scenario, coal is also coming out from a rail system here and around the lake here. BHP Bilton is the coal supplier, who are the coal miners in this Navajo land area. So the coal is mined internally. BHP Bilton gives them the coal. They bring the coal inside here. The coal is grinded, which is the pulverized grinding. It goes through a burner, and the burner heats up the water here. There's the water pipes here running here. When the water heats up, it creates steam. The steam is sent at a high power here, and it's wanting to go somewhere, so they bring it out here where the turbines are. When the steam goes here, it spins the turbines and spins the generator, which creates electricity. This is basically the concept of a coal-fired power plant. Coal comes in, gets pulverized into powder or little dusty things, goes into the feed burner, and lights up extremely high heat here. The water is over boiling point, creates steam. The steam creates high pressure, spins the turbine spins the generator, hence the power comes out. Well, what happens next is also that they have a cooling tower, which means all the high hot water here comes back for cooling because they need to get it back into the cycle. They use the river water to bring it underground here in the condenser system. Water condenses, the heated steam water condenses, becomes normal water, comes back here, goes back into the system, goes back into furnace and keeps doing the cycle again and keeps turning the turbine, keeps generating the electricity. So that's how it works. Obviously there's a lot of side effects here and side things here, which is the ash, the slime, and the scrubbers used to clean it. So there's few other things, residual things here which is involved, and we'll look into it in a minute here. Well, APS has a problem. Their problem is this. This plant, the next plant, the other plant which they're shutting down, and the 2 operational plants are all next to each other. It's just basically all around. So for them to have an outside contractor come work here, create an auction or how they're going to do it. Everything's not shutting down all at once. The coal feeders also are coming here from one feed, they're diverting into other plants. So there's a little complication. But APS is very capable of taking all this equipment out and giving to us or whoever is the buyer. So, well, they know how to take this out. They do not have a lay down yard. They have a small lay down yard, but it's not enough to accommodate for all this. So they are now looking at what they need to do. I normally rule out auction up front because it creates havoc. Auction doesn't bring in the right money right now, and you know the timing of when this equipment is going to be ready to go, when this is not going to be ready to go. The big ticket items obviously are the harder ones to take out. Then you have small ticket items like the generator, the valves, the pumps, the feed water heaters, compressors. They're easy to get out of here. So what basically I have is a plan here of how we can propose this to APS to make this happen right. Time out. Let me tell you. You can tell.